Hey there, and welcome. We're about to do something that might sound really complex, but trust me, it's actually super simple. We are going to write a computer program from scratch. I promise, it's going to be fast, it's going to be fun, and you'll walk away with a brand new skill. So let's just dive right in.
Okay, so ready to become a coder in like the next 5 minutes? I can almost hear you thinking, wait, coding, isn't that for, super geniuses? And yeah, it can totally feel that way. But here's the secret. Every single expert out there started with one tiny, simple step, and today, well, we're taking that first exciting step together.
So let's kick off this coding adventure. What even is coding, really? At its core, it's just talking to a computer. That's it. It's about giving the computer a set of instructions. And that's exactly what we're about to do. We're going to give it its very first instruction and tell it to say hello. Okay, take a look at this. Believe it or not, this one little line of text, that's a whole Python program. The word print is basically just a command. It tells the computer, hey, show this on the screen. And then whatever we put inside the parentheses and quotes, that's the exact message it's going to show. See? Simple as that.
And bam! There it is! Look at that! The computer actually listened. It did exactly what we told it to do. Seriously, congratulations. You just wrote and ran your very first program. You gave a computer an order, and it followed it. That is coding.
All right, that was pretty awesome, right? We just made the computer talk. So what's next? Let's give it a memory. Let's teach it how to remember stuff for us. This is where we unlock our first real superpower, the ability to store information. So how do we do that? We use something called a variable. And I know that sounds kind of technical, but the idea is so simple. Just picture a variable as a little container, or maybe a labeled box. You can stick a piece of information in it, slap a name on the box, and you can find it again super easily later. So let's look at some real-world examples. Let's say you want to store an age. Well, you could make a little box called My Age and put the number 30 in it. Or maybe you're keeping track of how much your coffee costs. You could make a variable called Coffee Price. It's really just a way to label your data so you can keep track of everything.
Okay, so we have these labeled boxes, these containers for our data. That's cool, but now what? I mean, what's the point? What can we actually do with these containers once we've put stuff in them?
Well, we can make the computer do the heavy lifting for us. Like, let's do some math. Here's what we're going to do. Step 1, we'll make a variable, a box named A, and we'll stick the number 5 in it. Step 2, let's make another box named B and put the number 3 inside. And for the final step, we'll use that print command we already know. But this time, we'll tell it to add A and B together.
And just like that, the computer instantly looks inside box A, it sees the 5, it peeks in box B, sees the 3, it adds them up, and gives us the answer 8. We didn't have to do the math. We just gave the computer the instructions using our variables. And that, right there, is the real power of programming.
Okay, let's just stop for a second. Think about what you just did. You gave a computer commands. You made it store information. You made it do math for you. This isn't some practice run. You are officially a coder now. Your journey has absolutely begun.
And that's really the main point here. With just a few lines of Python, you can already start coding. You don't need to learn 1,000 things to get started. You just need to take that first step. And you just did.
I mean, seriously, think about it. In just a few minutes, you've done all this. You wrote your first command. You made the computer display a message. You stored information using variables. You even performed a calculation. These are the absolute fundamental building blocks for pretty much any program you can imagine.
So, I'll just leave you with this thought. You wrote your first program. You've officially commanded a computer to do what you want. The only question left is, what are you going to create next?